Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. I'm Natalie, I'm the General Manager here at Liftoff, and this is Rupert who will be joining us. Today is the final roundup for the New York Liftoff Film Festival. It has been quite a festival indeed. Lots of people watching from all over the world, and today we're giving the final roundup of the films that are currently in the lead from the audience's choice and the audience votes that are coming in. So we're going to do a big breakdown. So we'll see which two films are currently in the lead from each of the programmes, along with what votes they are currently on. Then we'll do a little update of what's happening next, moving into the network round. And then we've got a little special thank you from some of our winners that won at the Tokyo Liftoff Film Festival. So let's start. Just to say here that the chat room is open, so if anyone does have any questions or would like to share their favourite film that they've seen for the New York Liftoff Festival, please put it in there and I'll give those filmmakers a shout out, and I'll also try and answer those questions that you may have. But let's crack on. Are you comfortable sitting like that? I guess so. Okay, so here we go. So let's start with the judges' select shorts. So currently we're on 245 rentals with 1,736 playthroughs. Viewers coming in from 16 countries around the world, including New Zealand, Australia there as well, Portugal, France, America, the UK, and also Jamaica. Wow, lots of varied countries there. And the votes are currently on 231. So let's take a look at the film that is currently in the lead for the judges' select shorts. So we have Being Alive. So Being Alive is currently on 36 votes, and this is directed by Darlene Nilsson from the USA. After completing her mother's birthday present, Jade discovers a heartbreaking secret that will change her family forever. Feeling confused and isolated, Jade must decide if her mother is deserving of a gift. And actually, I've put this poster in first, but ahead of it is Time After, which is on at 54 votes. So actually, this is the film that is in the lead, not Being Alive, but it's not far behind. So these will be the two top films, if the votes don't change, that will go through to the network round. So Being Alive and Thereafter need to hold their positions to move into the network round. But Thereafter is directed by Pierce Stefan from New York City, and this follows the story of a young woman who is isolated by her fears of the inevitable, but finds solace in an unlikely digital companion, forcing her to reevaluate her life, her relationship, and herself. So well done, Pierce, for being in the lead there on 54 votes and Being Alive on 36 votes. I've just had a glance in the chat room and there is a message there that says, "Hello, Rupert." So there you go. Hi, Rupert. Thank you. So moving on then to trend setter shorts. We have 98 rentals from 98 rentals, 619 playthroughs, 14 countries watching on 95 votes. So in the lead, we have Driving Bee on 23 votes. So this is directed by Crocs Belgard from the USA. So this story follows a man that has 8 hours to transport his boss's off-the-rails girlfriend along with a contraband to Atlantic City. But will he deliver? Then closely behind on 20 votes, we have Recalling. Recalling is directed by Ariel Glenn and Eduardo Beccini. And this follows the story of a young woman named Emma who leaves the city for the countryside during the pandemic. Well done, you two, for being our top films, or the top films from the audience perspective at this moment in time for the Trendsetters shorts. So moving on then to Trailblazer shorts, we have 88 rentals, 776 playthroughs, 14 countries currently watching, and 83 votes. So in the lead on 23 votes, we have The Line. So The Line is directed by Everett Marson, and this is a film from New Zealand. The Line is a dystopian drama set in a world where males and females are kept completely separate by a line, except for reproduction. So closely behind on 18 votes, we have Scar as well. So this is directed by Alison Hale from the USA. Scar is a short film about what it's like to be diagnosed with cancer as a teenager. And these films have been in the lead, I guess, for the audience choice or getting the most votes in for their program throughout. So well done to you both. So moving on then to New Voices Shorts. So New Voices Shorts is currently on 185 rentals, with the most playthroughs of the competition and for some of the Lift Off festivals in a very long time. So we are very excited to announce that the New Voice Shorts has had 1,889 playthroughs. Wow. From 17 countries, and it's currently on 177 votes. So in the lead, we have A Man Cleans a Toilet, which is on 54 votes. Clearly a catchy title there. And this is directed by Jennifer Hernandez from the USA. So this follows the story of siblings Anna and Carlito as they scramble to clean their home before their mother arrives with a new boyfriend. Well done for holding that first place. And then we've got Weird Black Kid, which is currently on 40 votes. And this is directed by Tommy Jackson from the USA as well. So this follows a story of Key, who isn't your typical black teenager, and he knows it. Trying to grow up in the hood with a drugged out single mum with an affliction for bad guys, while his classmate tease him for being the weird black kid. Key struggles to find his voice, but one tragic weekend will help him find it. Well done you two for holding your position. So Jennifer and Tommy, we hope to see, well, who knows, movement might be happening quite a bit over the weekend, but if you hold your places, you will also be migrating into the network round. Then let's move on to the features. So let's start with the Judges Select features. So Judges Select features, we have 102 rentals, 716 playthroughs from 12 countries, and it's currently on 96 votes. So in the lead, and this has doubled in votes since Monday, is My Hair, My Rules, which is currently on 39 votes. So really well done there, Ronald Hilton and Joe Alhamadad from the USA, for getting so many votes in such a short space of time, or from Monday to now. And this just goes to show, so all of the films that we're mentioning to here today, and we'll be announcing the network round on Wednesday, but all the films that are here can change. And if you are currently in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, or even down the list in 20th, that may change over the weekend, and we'll be announcing your film next Wednesday. But My Hair, My Rules follows a 24-year-old Ronald Hinton who can be spotted in a crowd with his signature afro. It's taken him years to love and grow his luscious curls, but beneath them, he's hiding a receding hairline. Then, not too far behind, and it was our current leader on Monday, is In the Water Behind the Lens, which is on 32 votes. And this is directed by Johnny Gonzalez from the USA as well. And this follows a story of, it's a film about water photographers and the dangers and challenges that they face in order to get those shots that you see in magazines on all those covers around the world. It's a fantastic feature-length documentary. I highly recommend watching it if you have time. It's fantastic. All right, okay, so then moving on to the final program, which is the Trend Setter features. So this is currently on 75 rentals, 718 playthroughs from 11 countries around the world, and it's on 52 votes. So in the lead, we have two films that are joint at the moment on 13 votes. They are Gentlemen, directed by Jake Wazanski and Holden Schluckschlag. This follows a story after an unexpected incident. High school senior Ryan Mignet does everything in his power to cover it up and be with the love of his life. And also we have The Lost Scene, which is again on 13 votes. And this is directed by Maggie Roback. As a filmmaker, Maggie Roback moved through life with one question that kept emerging in her head. Where did all the bands go? So this is a documentary that follows that story to answer that question. So there we have it. That is the roundup for this week with the New York Festival. So as I mentioned there, as I started to mention during the roundup, the network round will be announced this Wednesday and will go live on Wednesday for 1 week, where all our Liftoff members who are active on the hub will have the opportunity to watch those films And then from there, we'll be picking the winners, the Season Award nominations, and also the Audience Choice Award. And if you're a Season Award winner, not a Season Award nominated filmmaker, but a Season Award winner, you could be walking away with one of these trophies. They're custom made. They are 3D printed. They sit on a black marble base. It's actually quite heavy. And it has our rockets that come up through the world to represent the Liftoff Festival. So hopefully some of the filmmakers from New York Liftoff will be nominated and potential winners. So it's very exciting. And then a handful of filmmakers will be screening. The winners will be screening in New York next year in 2022. And hopefully this whole pandemic has blown over and we can start flying around the world again. And then, as with all our festivals, we have the Audience Choice Award, where we'll be inviting between 3 and 4 filmmakers to join us here on YouTube, where we'll be doing a director's roundtable, talking about their films. The films are muted in the background, so we can see what's going on as they talk about how their film came to life and their ups and downs and everything that they had to overcome during the making of their film. So they are the prizes, and we will be announcing the films that go through to the network round on Wednesday. The festival, it closes this Sunday night. Yes. So, is it the second? I think it might be the 2nd of August, actually. It closes on the 2nd of August. So you've got a little bit of time over the weekend to watch those films. I would also like to show some of the filmmakers that won from Tokyo their little acceptance speeches of winning their awards for the festivals, as well as picking up the audience choice. So in there we have Sheon, who picked up Best Live Action Narrative for Tokyo 2022 and will be screening there with his film Before the Typhoon. You'll also see Jack with his film Breaking Ground, which will be an audience choice, and also Mark Cowan with Four Goddesses, who will be both Mark and Jack will be joining us on Tuesday for the audience choice. So let's hear what they had to say.
Hi Liftoff, I'm Chen Yun, the director of Before the Typhoon Comes, and have just won the Best Short Narrative Award of Tokyo Liftoff Film Festival. I'm so excited. This means a lot to me. Thank you so much. This film is based on my true experience swimming in the sea. In the danger, I kind of connected to some pieces of memories. Those different time and space are put together to create a whole new meaning. I'm now working on my first feature, and it's a totally different style of film. I hope it can be seen at our festival in the recent few years. Thank you so much.
Hi Liftoff, my name is Jake Villadolid, and I am the director of the short film Breaking Ground, and we have just won the Audience Choice Award at the Tokyo Liftoff Film Festival. The inspiration for Breaking Ground was to tell an intimate story in the context of an epical event. So we chose virtual reality because we wanted to capture the moment as genuinely as possible. Currently, we're working on an anthology series called Tales at the End of the Earth, of which Breaking Ground is the first chapter. This was also our first time working in virtual reality, and we really loved it, so we're excited to see what else we can do with the medium and all the different ways we can push it forward in our subsequent projects. We're not sure where our film will be seen next. Breaking Ground has just started its festival run, but hopefully we have some good news to share with you soon. Thanks so much for having us.
Hi, my name is Mark Cowan, and welcome to Fukuoka, Japan. I am the producer-director for Kubo Studios, and our film, Four Goddesses, won the 2021 Tokyo Liftoff Audience Choice Award. The inspiration for the film came from working with 4 actresses over the years, and I really like seeing their group dynamics, how they talk to each other, how they egged each other on. Also, the inspiration from the film came from cycling in the mountains around here and finding these small shrines that nobody looked after. And I was kind of curious, what happens to the gods when there's nobody living next door to look after these shrines? What am I working on? Well, I'm always working on stories. I've got usually 3 or 4 scripts that I'm working on. But what I would like to work on is a series of ghost stories that I've written. I've turned those into a mini-series for television. They are traditional Japanese stories ghost stories that have been taken and adopted to the modern times. So instead of samurai, we have yakuza. Instead of noble princes, we have executive producers for film studios. It's a very interesting project that I think has a great appeal for the audience these days. I look forward to meeting you, some of you in person, and hopefully working with you at some point in the future. Thank you very much.
It's always so lovely to hear from our filmmakers and talking about our filmmakers, and one of them is currently in the chat room that we mentioned here today. So thank you for joining us, Johnny Gonzalez from California. His film was In the Water, Behind the Lens. Fantastic film, as we mentioned there as well. So thank you so much for joining. And thank you to everyone who's been joining. Before we go, I'd like to just show you one final thing that is happening here at Liftoff, and that is our filmmaker retrospective. So if I head over to the right page, there we go. So here's our YouTube channel, and as you can see here, we have our Liftoff award-winning filmmakers every other Friday of the month. So on a bi-weekly basis, we release a previous season award nominated film or season award winning film. And we've only recently been started doing this. It dates back 5 films, as you can see here. And these are what we say are the best films that have come through the Liftoff network, put it that way. And they are all different genres. So we've got a political thriller, we've got a social sports drama, you've got a sci-fi film, as well as a film shot on 16mm film about it's a sexual social drama, and then also an animation that went up 2 hours ago. And I highly recommend that you check out some of these films if you have the chance to. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me on this Friday afternoon. I'll be back on Wednesday, where we will be launching the Toronto Liftoff Film Festival, as well as talking about the films that are migrating into the network round. Have a wonderful weekend, and from myself and Rupert, should we say goodbye? Yes. Bye-bye. Bye. Thanks for joining.